As the saying goes, every good thing must have a bad side. In the month of March, the world is celebrating the International Women's Month, and we on the Eccentric side said, why not gather a few guys to talk about the strong thing our babes has done to us? Welcome to the Eccentric side. My name is Uche Odogwu, and I have here to share amazing, interesting stories here on the Round Table of Men is Emeka Okeke. Welcome to the Eccentric side, Emeka. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. It's nice having us here.
We also have Abiodun Oyeniran to share his stories. Welcome, Abiodun, your first time here.
Yes, thank you very much, Uche. Thank you.
Then we have Ahmed Kareem. It's also his first time on the Eccentric side. So welcome to the Eccentric side, Ahmed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Uche.
Okay, so let's start this way. Here we're going to be sharing a lot of stories and just catching vibes on what ladies have done, to whether in a relationship or just something to laugh about, sort of. It's all vibes. So please do not take offense and feel free to drop your comments in the comment section down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So let me begin with this story of my own. It's not a personal story, but let me tell it to open the floor for the stories to begin, and you can feel free to chime in. So I know this guy. Let's call the guy Harrison. So Harrison has a friend. Let's call his friend David. So these are fake names, by the way. Harrison has a friend named David. So Harrison, who is the original guy here, has a girl that he was in a relationship with. Let's call the girl Mercy. So Harrison and Mercy were in a relationship. Now they had sex once, and then some weeks after, Mercy goes to Harrison and tells Harrison that she is pregnant. Now, David is a very emotional person, so he was advising Harrison to, of course, do the normal thing, take responsibility for what you have done and all. But then, as David and Harrison were having a discussion, they thought about it that, wait, how are we even sure that this is real? And then Harrison decided to go back to Mercy to ask for proof of pregnancy. So let's go together to do a pregnancy test and let me support you to do it. That was the approach he took. He did not deny it is his, but he just said, let's go together to run a test. And then Mercy comes and it's like, what? So Mercy was like, why will you say you should do a test? Is that you don't believe me? And then, long story short, Mercy was now trying to put Harrison and his friend David against each other and was like, will you believe your friend over me? Guess what happened at the end of the day? Mercy was not pregnant. She just wanted to use Harrison to collect money. And that is just some of the things that we have seen that these amazing women have done to big guys. So who would like to go next? Which story do you have for us? Abiodun, let's start from here.
Okay, like I would come from your side of the divide where you pointed out an issue where a girl wants to play the fast one. At my own end, if there is something that has been very fascinating to me about women is the drama that they try to play. You know, it might not be as dangerous as yours is, as coming to claim that someone got you pregnant when obviously you're not pregnant. Mine was even more like, you know, when a lady comes and she does something that you feel like, why are you doing this? You know that feeling where you just feel like you're not even supposed to do this. Yes, okay. So my story is okay, about a girl I dated, I think sometime in 2015. So she's this, I don't know how to explain it because even till today, I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. Okay, she's this sort of, oh, I don't want to ask you for anything. You know, you don't owe me anything. We're dating, but yes, you know, I don't have to demand from you kind of person. Okay. She wants to play the independent girl. And I respect that because I try to say, okay, yeah, of course, if you're trying to portray a personality, I should be able to support you. Yeah. Okay, so there was this day that I was chilling with her and a friend, right? Yeah. So this friend just randomly said, okay, Abiodun, buy me noodles, right?
Yeah.
Now, remember, my girl is the type that says, oh, she doesn't want anything. No, don't buy me anything. Don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't do that, right?
Yeah.
Fine. So your friend insisted, okay, Abiodun, buy me noodles. And I was like, okay, fine now. Collect noodles, that kind of thing. I just wanted to like form boss and everything.
Yeah.
She said, oh, I'll collect Hungry Man size. I said, collect Hungry Man size, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So she was like, okay, what about eggs and stuff? I said, collect it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I did not know that all these things were, it was vexing my girl. Like to the point that this thing caused a fight that I felt like, what's the necessity of this? Like, you're the one that always tell me, oh, don't do this for me, don't do this for me. So does that mean that because I'm not doing it for you, I should then not do it for anybody? So you see that kind of drama. So when I think about this and I think about women and these dramas that they do, yeah, I think that's my own fascination and that's where my story spans from. Yeah.
Maybe in her head, she was feeling that, okay, if you don't give me, you should not give another person. She was feeling jealous. Like you're showing someone more attention, forgetting the fact that she herself was going to say she does not want it. So,
and for me, that's the exact ridiculousness of it. Excuse me, the exact ridiculousness of it. Like if you can insist that, oh, I don't want this thing, I don't want that thing. If I'm not doing it for somebody else, I believe that you should just be able to let it fly because obviously you're not supposed to care, right?
Yeah.
So it's just crazy how they do it, really.
Yeah, that is very crazy indeed. But Ahmed.
Yes.
So when you look at this Abiodun case, before you give your own story, will you say Abiodun was wrong in giving a different girl, forming the boss for a different girl in the presence of his own girlfriend?
Women are just, there are people that we cannot please them. That's just the truth. We can never please women, in as much as we want to try. If you say, this woman today, they're like river or ocean, so to say. If you say, okay, this is where she's going to flow through today, tomorrow she comes from the other end and then be like, I've never told you I don't want anything. I just want you to save your money or, that kind of sentimental feeling.
Yeah.
That's how women are. If Abiodun had told the friend not to take anything, tomorrow when the friend is saying Abiodun is a stingy person, the girl will be feeling bad. That somebody a girlfriend can have a bad comment about her boyfriend. You understand? And now that Abiodun had claimed boss, done the normal, then you will talk to you don't want anything before. They change with your boyfriend. So that kind of stuff is just womanly. My own story.
Yeah.
Or a friend's story.
Anyhow.
I like the way you have to escape it that easily.
So tell us about your friend.
Many things happen in the
Ahmed?
I think that's the network again.
Hello.
Okay, let's go again. Start again. Many things.
I said many things happen that we don't even have like answers to from women many a times. This Abiodun story has happened to my friend too, once upon a time. So that time we just got to uni now, in the rest of Lagos, and then we had this very calm Christian sister, and then she's always like, oh, when we buy things for other people, she wants something, but she will never ask.
Okay.
Even as much as we are just friends then, and many people around us. She wants everything. We'll be passing, she wants to buy biscuits, wants to buy sweets, anything. She will never ask. Not until this very day. And she was telling one of us that everybody be buying for somebody, nobody asks me what I want. I'll be like, every other person that I've been talking, did they force them to talk or speak up. Sorry, excuse me.
Is it for them to speak?
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll be like, did anybody force them to talk or something? I just basically feel like women and their problems are just too much.
So yours
They're
is
indecisive many times.
So yours is a case of I don't want to talk, but you should know what is on my mind.
Yeah, you should know exactly what I'm thinking at all times. Like I'm spirit or something.
Oh, that is. I'm sure we are supernatural beings, to be able to read minds now. Superheroes.
Now it's in them. Now it's in them. Want us to read.
Okay, we'll come back to you for more stories, but let's go to Emeka. Emeka.
All right. So thank you. I've not been a one person with plenty story, but I have a lot of friends who tell me a lot of stories. So I think I should tell you one of them, one of the stories they tell me.
All right.
So there was this time, my very good friend of mine had a girl he was into, and then normal, trying to provide her needs, trying to meet up with expectations, and all whatnot. So now, I used to always tell him that whenever you're providing, always explain to her that this thing is on the basis that I have, and maybe one day will come, I might eventually not have. And I always still tell him that, see, women, there's no specific formula for them. You try this one on sister A, it will work. You do it on sister B, it will never work. Do that same thing on sister C, it will still not work. And then you're confused. What then works for everybody?
Okay.
And so this one day now, the girl needed something very urgent. And the girl was like, no, what I have is for my mom. And out of it is my school fees. I cannot give you out of this money. You cannot imagine that the babe had this expectation that the guy was supposed to give out of his school fees money and then maybe satisfy her own needs ahead of his or something. After that conversation, the girl now left. It turned to a fight. They did not talk for like a month. And then by the time they came together, settled issues, the lady was of the opinion that, how will you tell me you have and you don't want to give me?
So even though it's school fees money, it's not a serious matter enough for you to say, no, I can't give you.
Some women are not understanding. That's just the issue.
Wow.
It's just crazy.
I wonder the kind of girls your friend is into. It's quite shocking to me. Shock me with your stories in the comment section down below, and let me come to my own story. So this one is me. I'm not even going to lie and say it is my friend. I'm not saying anybody's lying, but this one is actually me. So there's this babe that I was once talking to. So I was interested in her. But then for some reason we had an issue and then we stopped talking. Then we later came back together. So now I noticed over time that the way me and the lady used to talk was now changing. So jokes that were jokes were no longer jokes. Conversations that we were having were no longer happening. A lot of the way we were close. I was sensing this gap in between me and the girl. So trying to be the mature person in the room, I started to come out and ask questions. I was like, what's up? It's like I'm sensing there is a gap in between us. Is this intentional on your part? Perhaps you want to draw that line between us. Are you trying to set boundaries so I can understand and respect your boundaries? Then the girl goes, I don't know what you're talking about though. I mean, I know that my mind is clear. I don't know where you are saying that I am drawing boundaries. Any small thing, you'll be looking for issues to come up with. Then I was like, okay, is it me? And I explained what I was going through, that I can sense we are no longer as close as before. We don't talk like before. If I call you, there's this cold feeling I get from you. And she was like, no, she has been normal. It is me that I'm knowing what I'm seeing and feeling. At that point, I even had to apologize for maybe I was one getting everything wrong. 2 weeks down the line, the girl, whether she decides to come back to have serious conversation with me. And I asked her again. I was like, okay, it's like you are back. No, I didn't ask. So she herself said, I think she slipped off when we were having a conversation. I was like, what is going on? That I was trying to distance myself and you keep on coming back. I was like, wait. I thought you said previously that I was once saying things, you were not distancing yourself from me. And she was like, well, she could not defend herself. So for me, it was the gaslighting. I was like, okay, so it means that I was right. And then you were telling me I was wrong. I even had to apologize. And turns out that what I was feeling was actually the real thing. So that was very shocking for me. And, the fact that, as Ahmed has said earlier, we can't really understand what ladies are talking about and what they actually want is just it's just very troubling, to put it rather simply.
Let me shock you. Now, your story has one side. I have a friend who not an friend actually. Amy.
Oh, okay, good.
Who experienced the total opposite.
Okay.
Now, so we were friends. We had an issue. Maybe to me it wasn't. We're just teasing each other. And then she took it personal. Guy, that for like almost 6 months, I didn't know that this thing was paining this girl. And we're still talking, we're still gisting. She was telling me about friends and everybody who pisses her off. We should have had a very long and sweet conversation for like 6 months before I mentioned that same thing again. And she was like, don't you know that I don't like this thing? And I'm like, Auntie, but this is not the first time I'm saying it now. Why are you telling me now? I said, no, that she has been angry since that 6 months ago. I said, blood of Jesus.
6 months.
I said, women, you will not kill me.
Lord have mercy.
6 months and she did not talk. But it's good she said she knows. I know someone, this was not me, completely honest. It's not me. So a friend of mine, so he has this, let's say they were dating, him and the girl. And all of a sudden, he's like, the girl is angry with him, not picking up his calls, giving him attitude. And it keeps on asking, what did I do to offend you? The girl keeps saying, nothing. It was asking. My friend was troubled. He could not sleep well because he really had strong feelings for this girl. And they were really together and, they had a lot of great moments. So it was really troubled. He would sleep and wake up. He was like, what did I do? What have I done to offend this guy? And she keeps on telling me that he was troubled. He's cooking, he's thinking about what have I done? What did I do? He's washing plates, the same thing. Now, some months down the line, the girl comes back and they're having a conversation. Now I asked her, okay, now we are talking well. That time that we were angry with, what exactly did I do? Who can guess what the girl said?
That was just a mood.
No, wrong. Emeka, guess.
He saw her talking to a girl and he didn't like it.
Wrong. Abiodun, guess.
It's not here again.
Okay. What she responded was, I cannot remember, but I know you offended me that time.
Madness.
She can't remember, but she knew you offended.
I know you offended me. I was coming.
Jeez, man.
I cannot remember. I know you offended me. I was like, you offended you. What exactly are you talking about? It's true. I can't remember, but I know you offended me. So when he told me that story, I was not lying. I laughed because it was very funny. I could not understand what was going on, so I laughed. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what exactly does that mean? Someone offends you, you keep malice, but you don't know exactly what the offense was.
Why you are keeping the malice?
And you're keeping the malice.
Ridiculous. And there's someone that's you're keeping malice. I can't remember why you are at that strange point.
Very surprising. I know. I mean, have you experienced this kind of scene before? So you and a lady, you guys are having issues, but just cannot tell what exactly is the origin of this problem. But you know that there's a problem. Both of you know there's a problem, but she cannot tell you what exactly the problem is. Have you had that experience before?
No, like I said before, I think they expect that we should know what's happening to them every time. They deliberately just do that. I don't really know why, but they just do it.
So
yes, I've had that experience very well. Even with just friends, really close friends, we just know that maybe people that used to send like I to from I we have like a very long conversation, chats, even play some silly plays, and then we just go to hello, hi, how are you, fine, and you, all those formal answers, which already brings suspicion of something being wrong in that particular relationship or friendship. It's women, sure. It's just crazy.
Okay. Let me tell you mine.
Okay.
I think one time it happened to me that I don't know, my girl was disturbing me. Crazy issues. I didn't know when I had to tell my mom, Mommy, is this how old ladies are? She literally laughed at me and told me, no, see, it just all depends on upbringing. That there are some people who have a lot of sense. But guys, you know, women are trouble, I beg. That's just the cocoa.
It's very sad. It's very sad, but this is the reality we find ourselves in. So as we round up, let us know your comments in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on our stories you have shared? Did any of these stories make you remember your situation as a guy, as a lady? Be honest. Did any of these stories sound like we're talking to you? Let us know your comments in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video. Share this video and join us in the catching crew. So, any last words from you, Emeka and Ahmed, since we're running up with both of you?
Yeah. Guys, focus on money and women. Women will follow people who have money.
Wow, that is hurtful for not so rich guys like us. Ahmed, your last words, please.
Well, I believe that women are more than good enough for all of us. But as Yoruba people we say too much of everything is bad. So in as much as we want to put 100% of them, keep some 100% somewhere too. But when you serve you fast. Yeah, exactly.
Those are some deep words, you know. 7 of breakfast.
Experience.
Of experience. Anyway, we're out of time. Thanks for watching this podcast episode. Drop your comments in the comment section down below. And as we said at the beginning, this is just vibes. We still love women. At the end of the day, we can't do without women. Now women. So we can't do without you guys. We still love you despite your shots coming, but we felt like they just come to do International Women's Month with a difference. So next time we come your way from we to you guys is stay eccentric. Thanks for joining Emeka and Ahmed. And we are doing absential, as those guys will say.